playing maybe 8-10 hours.
I have a question.
Up. Yeah.
Did you sing Hare Krishna?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly. After
Yeah,
10
yes,
minutes, La ilaha,
exactly this.
exactly 8-10 hours Mahamantra, and they dance like mad.
Not just la la la.
No,
Wow.
almost 8 or 10 hours, up to the maybe it was 3 o'clock a.m., 2-3 a.m. morning time. And then he stopped suddenly after 8 hours. His name in charge of the Sufi, his name was Yosef. And he stopped suddenly, he said, enough. And he called me, come here. He was really strict and, like radical. And I said, okay, let's finish. Should I run or just let it chop my head? And he said, come here. His pronunciation was so strong. I said, Krishna, it's up to you. I did what I did. I cannot bring this back. And I come to him so close. His wife just hugged me. He said, first time in her life, she touched some other man. How many lives, he said, how many lives we were waiting for this moment.
Wow.
How we can memorize forever. Do you have anything? I said, yeah. And I always keep shalagram with me. And I took the shalagram, I said to him, this is the God in the form of stone. It's called shalagram. He said, recently I built in my courtyard a big pillar. I didn't know why. I will put him there, and everyone who will come to the room Samadhi will circumambulate also Shalagram with the respect. And I promise you, as long as I live, that the Shalagram here will be our main deities. And each year later on, he smelled. I didn't inform him. He always smelled that I came and just somebody knocked the door 400 kilometers. How you can smell it? Sometimes when you treat the cats or dogs, they sometimes come back after 2-3 months to your home. They smell it, they know. But he did the same. He just smelled it and knocked the door, and I feel it as well that it was him. I just ran to the door, I opened it, and we were crying like anything because he started to cry. He was the first one. He said, I want to be one of you. I said, no, you're much better. You lead the millions of people towards God. I just share only with few people. Do you see the difference? He said, yes, I will follow what you say. And then one day, again, next year when I came, he, in the same way, by smell, he came to the Istanbul. From far, you can believe me, not because of me, but because of the love of God. How you say crawling? Crawling? Like the snipers, they do, or soldiers, they do on the ground.
Crawl.
Laying down,
Yeah,
crawl. Okay. When somebody's opened the door, he laid down like we do this on Dandabat, and he just crawling towards me. He said, you know what? One day I went to the Russia, to the Moscow, and he has his business friends. They do together some kind of business, and they employ 2,000 employers. And his friend picked him up from the airport, and he asked Yosef, what's the news you bring today to me? He said, I have some message from God. He said, don't say. And Yosef said, okay, it's up to you. He brought him to the company, big hall. The owners called all the employers, almost 2,000 people. He put him on the stage, said, now you tell to the people. And he said, Sringa, I was talking to 2,000 people. I asked him, what did you say to them? Exactly what you said to me. That the holy name is a mercy in this age. I repeat exactly what you said. I didn't change anything. Amazing person. Believe me, if you will see him, you will cry like anything. So much love, so many people, amazing people on this planet. Yeah. Of course, I cannot say in public place, in public forum, that the in charge of the Sufi, become Hare Krishna, and today everyone want to publish everything. And if he will not, Ananta will not ask, I will not share with you, right? But I think it's also inspired story, isn't it?
So if we go to Rumi's Samadhi today, is your Shalagram Shila
Yes.
still there? Wow.
Amazing. He called me later on for Ganga water. He said, I want to pour on the Shila Ganga water.
Wow.
And when I giving him half liter, he says, next year, I giving him 1 drop a day. Just I don't know when the water will come again. Yeah, Ganga. He pour 1 drop Ganga water, and his whole family do every day. Yeah. Some amazing stories.
What did it take?
Put on the Shalagram. Yeah. Can I get the guitar for a moment? I'm not that good guitarist like you, but at least one more and then we'll take prasadam, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Low somewhere. Again. No, wait. Again. Wait. Again. Just sleep. Come on. Prasadam ready? Ready? Oh. How about prasadam?
Yeah, it's getting ready.
How?
Another
Will distribute ready plate or?
ready plate.
Okay.
That's why I was.
Then they can distribute, right? Okay. Then we will play somehow Roder and prasadam they will bring. Padma,
Yeah.
could you bring the plate?
Yeah.
With prasadam?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, maybe you can play some. You can be.
Запомнил?
Oh, because Ekangvi now will play one and you can distribute. Sorry, brother.